Hey Cancers. It's Jess. I am an intuitive reader and we're going to do your February forecast. This could be a love reading, work reading. It's whatever the cards are going to bring out for us. Okay? And so with that, I want to just say that I do hope that whatever comes through does resonate with you. It can't possibly resonate with everybody, though. So take what resonates and leave what does not. Cross watchers are welcome. Also know that you can reverse the energies if that fits any better. If it doesn't resonate with you, you might try your moon sign, your rising sign, or your Venus sign as well. I'll warn you that occasionally a cuss word might slip, or I may just blatantly say it. If that's going to offend you, this might not be the channel for you. I do hope I don't offend anybody, but I can tell you, cussing is going to happen. So if you do like this reading, please hit like or subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, what's going on with you? Well, that's a good start. I mean, Nine of Pentacles, that's just abundance right there. That's just abundance. Well, that's weird, though. Okay. Okay. So here you are. I think this is you right now. You've cultivated all of this abundance, right? All of it. Like this house, this garden has money and grapes growing off the bushes. And she's just creative and fulfilled and happy. And she's done this for herself. And she's feeling good. She's feeling proud. She's comfortable being with herself. She's learned how to love herself. This is a Nine of Pentacles, so the next card in the cycle would be the Ten of Pentacles. And you do have the Ten of Pentacles here, but it's reversed. And so I'm thinking something's keeping you from completing this cycle. And Ten of Pentacles is real tangible happiness. It's stability. It's long-term. It's what we all kind of strive for over a lifetime. Like Pentacles are not fast moving. This is long cultivated stuff. You know, the Pentacles can mean money and stability. They can also mean relationships. It can also mean creativity. But it's more of the earthly matters about these things. And with the Devil here, something's keeping you from finishing this cycle. And you're at a real point right now that you can break a cycle that you've been in and you can start this whole different way of living. But this is keeping you. This could pull you back out and right back into this cycle you've been trying to get out of for so long. So let's really pay attention to this. So the Devil is about bondage, right? Who are you a slave to? Your desires, instant gratification, obsession. Are you like in love with love? Do you like to just be? Are you like it could be addiction of any kind: drugs, alcohol, sex, relationships, love, food, exercise, obsession with a person, self-sabotage. It's also the card of Capricorn, which might mean something for some of you. These are all earth signs here. All earth. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Okay. What's going on here with this devil? This Four Cups, it's boredom, it's indifference, it's you're not fulfilled. This doesn't lead to fulfillment. This does, but it's not. Okay, what is this? What's this devil? What's this devil and the Four of Cups? Okay. I'm gonna pull. Oof. Okay. This is a lot of reversals. Okay. Eight of Wands. It's usually it's a message. It's coming in quick. It's fire. It's action. But this is reversed. So sometimes maybe some anger directed at somebody else or yourself. Maybe this has kept you from taking the action that you needed to take, and now it's just stagnant. It's not coming toward you. It's not coming toward you. And it's not, we can turn all these cards right back up. That's the goal, right? So, I mean, let's just look. And the Magician is a manifester. He has all the tools. He's a cup. He has a pentacle. He has a wand. He has this infinity over his head, and he has he has one hand pointing up and one at the ground. He's saying, as above and so below, so below. And he has a sword of truth right here. The Magician is a manifester, obviously. He makes magic, but in the reverse, the Magician can be a sneaky kind of person. He can be manipulative. So instead of manifesting, he's manifesting something, but it's not in truth. It's manipulation. And I mean, just think about illusion. Think about a magic show. It's just illusion. It's a stage show. Whatever this person represents isn't real. And that might be somebody in your life. It might be a Capricorn or an earth sign. Even though we've got every sign here now. Still, earth is for sure the heaviest element here. I think there's some anger and bitterness about something here. You're still trying to work through. And when you can get over this resentment, this Ten of Pentacles is going to come. That's what I'm feeling like. Because here's the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is like upright. She's a badass bitch, y'all. She has been through it all. She's an old soul. She's been through it all. And she made it. And so she doesn't take anybody's shit anymore. She will cut you off if you come at her wrong. She doesn't care if she's alone. She doesn't. She's been through everything. Nothing phases her, and she won't tolerate bullshit. She has a sword of truth. But reversed, she can be quite destructive. And it tells me that some things in your life that you're not cutting off, all of this is pointing to that. The double obsession, Four of Cups, just disillusionment and a little bit of like apathy, indifference, boredom, action being stalled, manipulation and stage shows and just putting it on. Man, it's just a show. And then the Queen of Swords reversed. There's something or someone that you need to get the fuck out of your life. Because then after that, here's the Pentacles again, right? And it's gone down. But this is you getting back to it, you know? And then I'll come back to one. This is you getting back to it. This is you. putting in more work. And I know it's hard because it seems like you've been through this a few times before, and it's always frustrating when we think that we've come out of something that's destructive and we're embarking on something new. And we realize that we still have these other barriers or self-limiting beliefs that kind of keep us stuck. So let's see more about where this is going. I know it's a little bit vague, but I think this could really apply in a relationship. But I really feel like these are things you're doing to yourself. There's not really a couple here. And the only cup offered is the Four of Cups. It's not really indicative of fulfilling love. So I kind of feel like this might have to do with you and your own beliefs and your own inner life. And you've to get back to this Nine of Pentacles, you've really got to get back in a space where you understand your own power. That you're the master of your own destiny. You're not a slave. Like this devil over here is trying to say, get out of it, deal with it now, so you never have to be here again. And healing isn't linear. You don't just go up. You do go like this. So you go, 9 back down to 8, and then up to 10, and then down to 7, and that's how it goes. And it's gonna go your whole life, because once you stop growing, you're not living, right? Oh, that's a great card. Temperance. Yeah, I think I'm just looking for jumpers now. Talking and looking for jumpers. Oh, thank you. Whee. One more card. I want to see where this Five of Wands goes. It throws me off a little bit. What's going on with this Five of Wands? Five of Wands for Cancer. Oh! Okay. That's good. Okay. The Temperance is a great card. You're coming back into balance. One sign that you're getting through cycle and healing is that every time you jump back in, you recognize it more quickly, and you get back out of it and bring yourself back to equilibrium faster. That's how we learn, and we have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. And we think we have it 10 times before we have it. And sometimes it's kind of hard to hold on to that self-belief when it feels like we're failing, but we're not, we're growing. And Temperance is just about balance, enlightenment. Temperance is this halo around the head, and it looks like an eye of the sun, and in the middle of the forehead here. It's a knowing. It's enlightenment. She knows water here. It's representative of emotion and love. The cups are. And she's just pouring them back and forth. They're completely equally distributed, which means this person is receiving as much love as this person is giving out. Their cups don't empty because it's even, it's equitable. And that's not what any of this is. When your cup doesn't empty, you can keep giving to people, and you're a Cancer, that's what you do. But like, your cup's dry all the time because a lot of Cancers and water signs have a hard time with boundaries. And not just a hard time with boundaries, but a hard time, they love to help and they love to nurture, and they see the possibilities and the best in everybody, but they have a really hard time seeing a person for who they are, where they're at right now, and accepting that. And it gets them into cycles where they're bound to be hurt, because the person that they're pouring all of this love and nurturing onto can't provide it back. They'll just take it. But Temperance is learning how to balance that. She's 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water. She's logical and emotional. She or he, anytime there's any reference to feminine, masculine, he or she, it just refers to energy and not gender at all. So please take it however it applies to you in any way in relationships and for yourself. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a lot of options. Seven of Cups is a lot of fantasy. Here, I think that Seven of Cups is showing that you think that if you give it your all, if you give someone all your love and support and protection, that when you need it, that you're going to get it back. That's not always how I interpret that card, but it's really how I'm interpreting it here with the cards surrounding it. You have a lot of choices of where you can put your energy in and your love into. And you have a lot of things competing here with the Wands. You have a lot of things competing here for your love. But what you need to do is invest it in yourself for a little while, maybe. Think of yourself living like the King of Swords. You're water, you're not swords. So this is not it's not your personality. But the King of Swords thinks very logically. He thinks very logically. He's honest. He holds his sword of truth here. He tells things like they are. He sets good boundaries. He cuts off people that don't serve him or bring or that a threat to him and his kingdom or his family. He's very protective, very intelligent. He's very confident. He makes waves. He speaks his truth. And I think for Temperance and the King of Swords to be here, especially with you with the water sign, it's really kind of telling you to maybe kind of go up in your head a little more and kind of try to detach your emotions, and that's hard to do for you. It's very easy for a King of Swords to separate his emotions from how he lives his life and rules his earthly matters. And I think it's just telling you to try to have a more balanced approach to analyzing a situation or reacting to a situation. Don't ruminate. The King of Swords doesn't ruminate. He's air. He thinks about it logically and he solves problems. He doesn't just drown in a cup of tears, He rises above it. And so sometimes, and in this case, I really think it's trying to say, kind of separate your emotions from it and look at it from a different perspective and help yourself heal that way. I think you're just in this transitional period. I don't know if this is what you're going through now or this is what you're just coming out of. Well, let's just see, how the rest of February is going to be and if I'm going to have any advice coming to you here. Let's see. Yeah. I think that maybe you just come out of something that was just really, yeah. was just really life-changing for you. Six of Cups is, my goodness, it's nurturing love. I once heard, and I interpret this card this way a lot of times now, that, you know, this larger person here, right here, is ourselves now, and this is our inner child. And it's kind of, it's nostalgia. It may be to break this cycle is what you really need to do is think about the patterns in your life. You know, is this coming from something in your childhood? The way that you cope with things? Was it a protective thing you did in your childhood and that served you very well in your childhood because it's how you survived? Maybe as an adult it's just causing terrible issues. You don't have to do this anymore to survive, and you haven't for a long time, and it's blocking you. And so sometimes I look at the Six of Cups as you saying, like, oh, thank you so much for being so strong and resilient when I was a child. And I'm the adult here, and I'm going to take over. And I'm going to take care of us now. And you're free to go, and you don't have to hold this burden anymore. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Yeah. It's loving ourselves. It's acknowledging our higher self. It's saying goodbye to this person that we were, that we thought we were, and coming into a new phase. All of these are reversed. Crazy. Okay. And the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Your action has just been held up. Don't be afraid of finishing this cycle. The unknown can't be any worse than staying here. It can't be. This is saying you've got to make a choice. There's all of this before you, and you're not seeing it. You're blindfolded here, the Two of Swords. You're not seeing it. You don't know things happening. It's fear, and it's a fear that you're a burden. But it's fallen away. It's all falling away. This is just part of growth. The Two of Swords reversed for me is actually more positive here. I mean, upright, she's so defensive, and she can't see what's coming at her. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to see the truth. Look at it. It's like a double-edged sword, you know, and no matter which way she moves her arms, the sword's there. She doesn't, the truth is bad, and not acknowledging the truth is bad, and she's stuck here, and it's painful. But for some reason, she thinks it's less painful to just sit here and do this than to let herself feel what she needs to feel, see what she needs to see. And when you do this, the blindfold is going to fall away. The swords are going to fall away, and she's going to get up off this stool and make progress. It's nighttime, the moon is there, and the moon's all about introspection and conflict and the shadow. It's enlightening too in a different way. And I think this whole spread is just about you coming out of a really dark cycle that you may have been in your whole life. And for that to happen, something significant had to happen. And right now it's not showing me that event, because that event doesn't matter anymore. You know what the event is. It doesn't matter anymore. What matters now is you and focusing on you. You're here, like, come back to this. It's so easy. Don't get stuck back in this cycle. Relapse is part of recovery. This is just This is just showing you that you're in relapse or you're in danger of it, and the ways that you can avoid it. And the ways that you can avoid it are taking some action, letting go of some fear, being more logical, maybe taking a little bit more time to think things through. Balance. Find balance. Find balance. Let go of the past. Once you start taking action, once you take that first step, once you make this first decision to take the first step, it's cake. It's okay if you don't know how it's going to end. It's okay if you don't know what the next step's going to be. Just take a step. Okay? Well, it's February. Mercury's going in retrograde, and that makes everybody feel a little bit scared. I'm going to turn these cards up right because that's what you're heading. Because it causes some conflict, but this is just what you need to get through this cycle. So make February count, and I know you will. I hope that this reading resonated with some of you, and some of you received the messages that you needed to hear. Again, if you did like this reading, please hit like or even subscribe. I'm a baby channel, and I'm trying to grow my viewership. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you back here soon, Cancer. Have a wonderful February.